Hi, Patrick. How are you? How are you doing? It was a rough day.
Is there a place to make a statement around here?
We would love for you to make a statement somewhere. I don't know if there's a podium. Yeah, can you give it to us first?
Yeah. Well, today was an absolutely crushing day in the preliminary hearing. The evidence that was put on by the prosecutor was absolutely damning, showing the images of Celeste's decomposed body in the trunk of the Tesla, and the parents were sitting there, and it was just absolutely horrible. But they wanted to show strength, and they're here for Celeste, but it was extremely bad. And what was disconcerting to me is that David Anthony Burke's mom is still pursuing an attorney for David's musical career. So apparently, the threat of a lifetime in jail or a potential death penalty is not stopping him. He's pursuing his musical career like nothing happened. And from an attorney, from my perspective, I just thought that was disgusting. And so, if you guys have any questions,
Sirs, can you tell us what the feeling was?
We saw Celeste's mother react. What did they tell you after the fact, after seeing the film?
well, this is the first time that they've heard this evidence in detail, and they're horrified. There was an image of Celeste's torso and her head in the trunk of the car, and the prosecutor had to ask what it was, because you could not tell it was a head. It was absolutely, it was deplorable. And
Sir,
so they're at a loss of words, and they're just trying to do the best they can.
As parents, sir, when they sit through that, when you don't know what you're looking at, the body's so badly decomposed and severed, what was it like sitting next to them? What were they thinking? What did they do?
Well, Mercedes just put her head down and started crying, and she couldn't look up, and she was warned by the district attorney. Beth Silverman told her in advance, these images are coming. And and I told her that she didn't have to be in the courtroom for this part of the hearing, but she said, I want to be here to show support for Celeste. And she just put her head down and just started crying.
What are we expecting from the next few days then?
Well, today was more of a preliminary sort of a hearing. Tomorrow we're really going to get into kind of the gruesome details of the alleged murder.
More gruesome
of
than this.
Celeste.
Do you expect your clients to be here and sit through that tomorrow?
They'll be here. Whether or not they can sit through it remains to be something
Patrick, what
else.
about
I've told them that the problem is once you see an image, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And so I encouraged them to step out for a short period of time, and they decided no, they wanted to be here to show that they're supporting their daughter, they're supporting the district attorney's office, and they're very grateful for the investigation that the LAPD Broccoli homicide investigators, Byers and Farrell, did. It was just an exhaustive investigation over the last 10
What about
months.
the transfer of assets? Did they have a reaction to that?
Yeah, they had a huge reaction
What was
to
it?
that. Well, they're disgusted. It's just disgusting that they would purposely transfer assets to avoid a potential civil judgment. And you can transfer assets for a reasonable cause. You can't transfer assets to avoid a potential civil judgment. And the last witness, he's the one that suggested they transfer the assets in order to avoid a civil judgment. And that's exactly what they did. And the amount of money that we heard about was just unbelievable. And I grossly underestimated David Anthony Burke's net worth. he has millions and millions of dollars. And so it's something that we're going to look at. I'm a wrongful death attorney. And so the family brought me in to look at the potential of bringing a wrongful death claim against David Anthony Burke. So I can't really comment on any of the criminal evidence. That if you have questions about that, best go to Beth Silverman in the district attorney's office.
3 people with the family. It was the third person Celeste's sister?
No, it was an interpreter and the victim's witness advocate from the district attorney's office.
So it was the parents mainly representing, it was the parents representing the family today? Or were there other
I represent the family.
Excuse me, were there other family members? Sorry, that was the wrong part. Yeah.
No. The brother is, he's in the military, and he's deployed. And the sister, it's just, everyone wants to be here,
Yeah.
and they want to participate, but it's just so painful to sit through, and she just couldn't do it.
Do you think that they'll speak to us at any point? Do you think that they'll speak about Celeste and what?
I don't think so. I don't think so. They're an extremely private family, and they've just, it's a parent's worst nightmare, the absolute worst nightmare that you could think of. And they're not comfortable with anything, and